The play is called Chase. It's one of the better sets run by Bowie High School's basketball team.
It's a great play.
But superior to the execution is the evolution of the game plan behind Bowie's Chase. As quick as a crossover dribble, Chase McCullough was hooked on hoops.
Used to literally shoot at baskets before he could walk.
5 years ago, while outside playing the game he loved, Chase, whose bounce and his step often matched that in his ball, was lifeless.
He went from shooting baskets to being completely unconscious in a coma.
Despite being vaccinated, Lindsay and Scooter McCullough's son had contracted bacterial meningitis.
He was clinically dead on the table.
Doctors at Dell Children's Medical Center managed to revive Chase and put him on life support, but the outlook was bleak.
We were given a 7% chance on the day that he went in that he would survive.
Despite being in a coma for a week with little to no brain activity, Lindsay knew her son would make it. She felt it, literally.
I laid my head on the bed and I just cried and I just talked to him. I felt a little squeeze on my hand and I thought, I'm not gonna look up, I can't be disappointed again. And those brown eyes were looking at me and I knew he was in there. I knew the fight was worth it.
It took 3 more days, but Chase did wake up, showing no complications.
We all have a purpose in this life, and Chase is given another chance.
A miracle. That's how one doctor describes Chase's survival. It was a team of 15 here at Dell Children's attending to Lindsay's son. But she believes they may have had some help watching over him. And that idea was framed when Chase inquired about a picture of his great-grandmother, a lady he never knew.
That's my grandmother. She died when I was 3, and so I never really knew her. And he said, no, it's not. And I said, yeah, it really is. You know, that's my grandma. And he said, that's the lady that came and took me out of my body when the tubes were hurting me so badly.
Chase did not make a full recovery, though. The meningitis destroyed his immune system. Every 3 weeks, his body requires infusions to fight off illnesses and infections.
I hate needles and stuff, so the hospital's really hard for me. Like every week or so, just high fever, something like that.
The injections do their part to keep him healthy. These guys keep him happy.
We treat him like a teammate because he's there for us all the time like teammates should.
Through Cheyenne's Champions for Children, an Austin-based organization serving kids with rare or undiagnosed diseases,
Let's do it, Bowie.
Chase is now part of his dream team, the Bowie Bulldogs.
It's impossible to pay back with how much stuff they've done for me.
It's a boost every day in his spirit and his enthusiasm.
On the roster, on the floor, on their minds, Chase's impact on Bowie basketball is the best kind of full-court press.
We're helping Chase, but he's helping us. There's a lot of lessons that we can learn.
He might be struggling way more than we are, and when we put that in perspective, it just changes everything entirely.
As perfect of a fit as his official team jersey is Bowie's play that bears Chase's name. It's designed to give the Bulldogs multiple options, more than one way to score.
Nice job, Hodges!
Appropriate, because as Chase has shown, with a little fight, a lot of faith, and a love for basketball, there's always a shot. There's something different about this HEB in Bee Cave. The good kind of different.
Would you like some help out?
When it's time to check out, customer service attendant Eric Holloway is known for giving more than just a bag.
See y'all later.
He's very passionate about the community and he loves interacting with our customers.
If you end up in Eric's lane, it's your lucky day. His too, actually, because after what he's been through, every day is a gift.
There was something really wrong.
At the age of 2 years, Eric was given just 2 weeks to live.
It was 97.3% in his blood.
It was acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and it came back twice. By the time he was cancer-free at age 10, Eric had endured 8.5 years of radiation. That took its toll on his brain.
Fine motor skills, reflexes, abstract thinking, all of those were not there anymore.
I wish I had that back. Just grin and bear it. Tough it out.
Eric loved football, but his condition prevented him from joining the team. So after he graduated from Dripping Springs High in 1996, Holloway was given a role in the program by head coach Howard Ballard. Eric wasn't playing, his job was different. The good kind of different.
I asked him if he could be the ball boy for us, and he certainly said yes, and the story is history from there on.
18 seasons and 3 football coaches later, Eric is still the Tigers' ball boy. Well, with a little more authority.
I'm like the boss now. I'm in charge of all the little ball boys.
He impacts our lives, and and others around him, and you know, I'll never forget Eric.
But that football fix only flows in the fall, so Eric was in search of year-round athletics where he could be included. 4 years ago, Charlie Smith introduced him to the Special Olympics. Holloway has not slowed down since.
I've found Special Olympics, I can do what I did, what I couldn't do back when I was a youngster.
Earlier this month, Austin was host to the Special Olympics Winter Games. More than 2,700 athletes from all across Texas were in town. Eric's volleyball team won the gold medal.
He's still Eric Holloway, and he can do what he wants to do and be what he wants to be.
You can do it, you know, keep fighting. You know, look at me, I made it, you know, you can do it.
Eric has worked at this HEB since the store opened 14 years ago. The 38-year-old drives himself to work and keeps a steady job, hoping to be treated just like everybody else. But it's time for Eric to bag that notion that he's like all the others, because the way he treats people and what he's overcome, compared to many, it's not the same. He's different. The best kind of different. For high school football teams, it's that time. Playoff time. Every next game could be the last game. But for Belton High football coach Bob Shipley, this weekend's second-round playoff tilt against Dallas Skyline was not the only finale he was facing.
It's been an incredible run.
Thursday, when Jackson Shipley, Bob's youngest son, takes the field against TCU, it'll be the 93rd time a Shipley plays a regular season game for the Longhorns. The 93rd time and final time.
I know for me and for my family, it's going to be a pretty sad moment.
You know that there's not going to be a number 8 running through that tunnel. It's going to be really weird, and I'm not looking forward to that time.
For nearly a decade, the Shipley name has been as much a part of UT as Big Bertha and Bevo. So burnt orange, you glad Jordan didn't forget about football in the 6th grade and stop the Longhorns' legacy before it started.
He played in the North Texas Junior PGA Championship, second round. He just fell apart, and so he told his mother on the way home, he said, I'm quitting all sports, I'm only playing golf.
I was doing it and I wanted to be the best at it. I was never going to be satisfied with anything other than that.
Football won out, and the Shipleys became a better fit at Texas than Green Jackets at Augusta. From 06 to 09, Jordan caught more passes than any Longhorn ever.
I'm still so thankful to this day that I had the chance to play there.
In 2011, a year after Jordan played his last game at UT, Jackson started his Texas career. And he's not the type to run away from the high standard his brother set. In fact, way back in 4th grade, Jackson proved that he'll run towards obstacles, and he'll do so with or without shoes on.
No shirt, no socks, no shoes. He said, I ran 3 miles around the track. I said, was it hard? He said, well, the first mile was, but after that I stopped running over the hurdles.
And Jackson pulled off quite a feat once he got to Texas. He's one of just 3 receivers in UT history to have 3 seasons with 50 or more catches. Even his big brother didn't do that. Jordan also never had the chance to have his dad on staff at Texas, like Jackson last year.
Probably the coolest year, I think, is me being able to have my dad here and being able to go in his office anytime that I wanted to.
The coolest moment that I've probably ever had in my coaching career with my sons was being able to experience the OU victory.
3 guys, 9 seasons, 84 wins, 1 last name. And for 1 final catch, how do the Shipleys want their legacy to be received?
Guys who go out there and compete every single play and give, you know, the fans somebody to be able to watch make consistent catches.
That we gave it everything that we possibly could have given and played as hard as we could have played.
I look at pictures of playing and laughing and hugging their coaches. We're just blessed.
The family's time at Texas may be running out, but their 2 hands have been kind to UT. So these 2 hands should be just as kind to the Shipleys, as their Longhorns legacy withstands the test of time.